going on, everybody? We are December 6th of 2022. Wow, I can't believe we're almost into 2023. A new year coming up. Lots of new cool things coming. So I look forward to it. Here in the frame, we got service beds and flat decks here. I'll show you guys some test prints of them. I'm doing version 2 and version 3 of each of these guys right now on the printer downstairs, so I'll show you guys those. Yeah, we're gonna show you guys some of my mess here and all the different things that I've been casting and making and stuff like that. So yeah, some stuff is already existing models here that I've been playing with. So this bed here, that's an old one that I designed a long time ago, but I actually did another bed like that one. This was the first guy that I did here. This is a dump truck bed there. Comes with the frame there, and then also we got a movable tailgate. And then I also have a landscaping bed for like a single axle truck. I'll show you guys that downstairs. It's plopped onto a model just for fun. The other thing that I've done is I've made like a bunch of different little toolboxes. Let me get them out here. I think I have like 5 or 6 different bed boxes and stuff for flat decks and pickup trucks and stuff. But like, you know, they just plop on there. You know, you can make bush trucks or farm trucks. Then I got some shorter, longer ones. You know, you can either double them up on each side or whatever you'd like. So I found that those are really handy because lots of people have those. I've also we got a tidy tank here, and we'll see if the camera would actually like to focus in on it a bit. There we go. It's actually got a nozzle and everything on it, which is pretty sweet. And then we got handles and stuff like that. Plop that on the truck, and we're ready to roll. I've made a tidy tank toolbox version as well, but this one doesn't have as much detail. I'm actually working on a version 2 on the new Shaper 3D program I've started playing with, and you'll see a lot of my beds and stuff in this video here that I've made on Shaper 3D. Ryan Hassan off of Instagram there got me started on that, and man, it is an amazing project, and you can just do anything you want on it, and the sky's the limit. I've made so many different beds and boxes and stuff, and I have so many just waiting for test prints because I'm printing a bunch so that I have some for sale at toy shows and for friends to try out and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's the Greenlight truck there. The other thing that actually fits on this truck is this guy right here that I've made. So this is a 1/64 scale material spreader. Made this on Tinkercad. This is a test print there, so you know it's a little rough and everything. I've been learning different things about supports and stuff, and that you don't always have to have your supports on the actual model. And I've actually printed on angles like 30 to 45, and then now I've started being able to work my good Elegoo Saturn S printer on the flat. So not much is needed there. So I'll show you guys one of these. It's in my display case. If you haven't already seen it on my Facebook or my Instagram page, on the model, I used the Tradesman snowplows, so it actually turned out pretty cool. So I'll show you that. But yeah, just literally, I've made it so that it can fit on any of the flatbeds, boxes of trucks, whether it be Ford, Dodges, Chevys, whatever you want. Usually will fit in there. You know, you might have to do a little bit of shaving on the actual model or on the piece, but yeah, that's that there. We'll go into some service bodies. So bring these guys in here. Same service body, 2 different sizes. So this small one here I've made for dually drivers and stuff, so you know it can fit on the Dodge, the Chevy, or whatever. Bring the Chevy in here. So this one actually is a little bit longer than the we'll bring it in here, the Greenlight version. It's a little bit longer, but it's you know, roughly about the same width and stuff, same height kind of thing, maybe a little bit taller. But we got a compressor, we got a crane, we got everything on this one there, and it'll literally, I've made it so that it's wide enough that it'll just pop onto most of the chassis there. But this one, obviously, you know, you got to cut it because it's a smaller chassis, which is, you know, pretty simple in most model activities, you know. And I've made it so that you know, literally if you cut and splice it, you can glue the chassis to the bases of these. Most of my models here, I've done that. You know, Greenlight's kind of done the same thing, and I was just like, well, you know, for anybody that's getting new into this, you know, it might be a good idea to make life easy, and I like to, you know, bang out a bunch of models at a time here. So hopefully maybe in the next video I'll have a bunch of these beds and everything completed as my show trucks and have them on display for my sales page. That's my plan anyways. This bed here, I've made it so that it can fit on the Greenlight Durastars or whatever 1/64, you know, medium to large scale trucks. So this one here, this is one of the Greenlight ambulances. And you know, I've literally just plopped the bed off, and then you just plop this one on. So this one, just because I'm using this ambulance to scale another project, I'll bring it into the frame here in a minute while we have this chassis out. But you know, some service trucks have a gap, some don't. The one that I'm working on downstairs doesn't have the gap. Show you guys all that in a minute here when we go downstairs. But yeah, literally just on there so that it can just drive around, you know, clean bed and everything like that, and ready to go. The other thing that I've made recently is this big boy. So I saw this truck on Brutus's website. It's like a utility type truck. So I've made it so that it just literally plops right onto the ambulance chassis. We got cabinet doors and everything like that. We got rear big tall entry doors, marker lights and everything. And then this one's just ready to go as well, and you just plop it right on the chassis, and there we go. Nice and hollow. We got some points and stuff there for it to just sit on the chassis and be ready to go. Yeah, I just saw it. It was like a construction yellow one, and I'm just like, oh, I want to build that. So, you know, I might build one that's a little bit shorter as well, but for now I wanted something higher to look kind of cool. So that's that for those trucks. And then as well here, we'll bring in this bed, and I got this guy here. So this is a canopy topper. Obviously this is, well, it's not always easy for people to tell, but this is one of my rough test prints that I did when I was playing around with things. And then obviously, you know, we got some resin still on it there, but we got two rear long like areas where you could put poles or something in those cabinet doors right there. Then we got side cabinets, we got a ladder rack, and doors up into the inside. So my plan with this one was to use the Greenlight bed, cut off the tailgate, and this guy just plops in there nice. Obviously he's not going to plop in there right now because the tailgate's there. But that's that cool little project there. Might have to shrink it down a little bit, play with it, but that was my idea with that one. The other service bed that I've made is this guy here. It's on my test printing machine right now that I'm working on there. So this one had to extend about 2 or 3 millimeters on the front there, but this one literally will plop on and you'll be able to roll it as well. Very basic, you know, cabinet doors and everything raised. I just made this so this could be an easy little rescue truck, construction truck, or service truck. The next bed, I'll bring in the gray one. So this one is a test print, and then I'll show you the actual one that I've come up with. So I'm just showing you the gray one because it's easier for detail than the beige. So we got little marker lights and a tailgate there that can fold down into 2 separate parts. And there we go there, little construction bed. My version 2 of this doesn't have these wheel well sections, just because I've realized that the way I've designed it is my boxes are higher than the wheel wells, and I didn't need it. So here's the new version, all ready to go and stuff. and ready for action. So this one I've also made so that it can just plop onto the service bed chassis or any of the other chassis and rolls perfectly. It's nice and level, and we can just go. And pretty decent gap there. You know, for like the 1 millimeter, it might be of difference there. If that, I was just like, I'm gonna just leave it because this one was a lot of work to design, but I'm just gonna leave this one as is. And if people wanted to cut it shorter or whatever, they could. We got a really nice, let me set it up here. Sorry guys for the shakiness. Got a really nice wheel gap there. And I've made it so that it just plops onto the chassis as well and just sits there. And that's that guy, which is pretty sweet. And then I got some other different things downstairs that I'm working on. Working on designing another bed here as well. I'll bring it up on my iPad actually so you guys can see how cool this program is. Come over here to the iPad. So this is the service bed that I just showed you guys. So this is the new rendering of it, you know, smaller tailgate there, change the headache rack around. But I've actually made it so that I have a few different designs here. So see, there we go, we got service beds. So this is a new one that I'm working on here. It's kind of gonna have like a little bit of a dually bed area there. Similar to like a tow truck. Don't pay attention to that headache rack. I'm just playing with that. Don't know if I like that or anything. You know, got back bumpers and stuff. Got an indent in there so you can put a fifth wheel. That kind of thing there. But this thing is amazing. Like, you can touch any surface area on these and make it cool. So neat. So that's that. So, you know, got a few different little thingies here we're working on, but it is so much fun to build. Like, my desk is just full of 3D modeling stuff. Next up, I'm gonna work on, this is that Diecast Masters loader. So I wanna build some 1/64 scale, like different attachments for this. Like, it might be a snowplow, forks, you know, a big heavy garbage material type loader attachments and that kind of thing there. Might be kind of cool. We're gonna see how that works out. Obviously gonna build a ton more of different service beds and stuff as well. I also got this guy up here. I'm gonna be working on building some different canopies and different attachments for the boxes and roofs and that kind of thing there, so that'll be pretty cool. And then I got a tow truck up here, one of the Greenlight tow trucks. Gonna be working on a tow truck bed as well. So that's in the design process, gonna try and get some more details there and everything like that. And yeah, we'll take you guys downstairs and show you down there. Should be pretty cool. While I'm coming down the stairs, I'll just take the lens cap off again. So if any of you are like fire model collectors and stuff, I collect a bunch of these. So those fire replicas, they are super expensive, but these are the ones in my collection right now, and most of them I've either seen in real life or, for instance, I've been a part of. So this one, I got special clearance with some buddies of mine in California there, and we went on to Universal Studios there, and we got to go check out that truck. I've also done some ride-alongs in LA County as well, so it's pretty cool. Also got some autographed signatures from the boys from Emergency when I was down there. So yeah, we'll take you into the toy room. It's a mess, so I apologize. But here we go, working on some different things. We'll put on the light here. So this is one of those service bed boxes that I was just talking about here. So this is gonna be a, you know, Dodge Ram 3500. bush truck there. You know, we got the Greenlight bush in there. I've literally just popped off one of the yellow cabs, put that on there, and then, you know, we're working on a light bar and stuff. Here's one of the service beds as well, you know, just playing around with that and different ideas. The big service bed that I was showing you guys upstairs, so this is one I'm working on. Going to be for my personal waste management fleet there, but literally it'll just sit on there. So I've made it so that this just cuts off and works perfectly. And then you just attach it wherever you need. Nice and simple there. What else we got here? This is the landscaping bed that I was just talking about upstairs. It also has a movable tailgate attachment as well, and it sits on anything there. This is one of those dump beds that I finished for a tri-axle truck, so that one's getting worked on there. This is a new prototype we're working on. This is another Georgia boy casting there. So this is a Chevy HD truck I'm working on here. It's just a Greenlight. Just a Greenlight chassis we're working on here. Losing the phone there, my bad. And just gonna see how that actually pans out on that one there. My next thing here, this is the setup in the mono room here. You know, I got lots of different little things here. There's some service beds and boxes. We're test printing. And like maybe 3 hours we'll find out how those test prints do that I showed you. And this here, here are some of those other side boxes that I've made. So I've made this one into a wildland there, and got another wildland box there. So this is a different style bed. I've also just completed the other day this one with service beds with the bed boxes there. So this is like a carpenter construction truck, and one of my, let me get a better positioning of it there. One of the compressors is on there as well for getting you know, a little bit of extra detail on there. I just popped it off one of the service bed trucks and got that done. And then I also have some of my boxes on this propane truck here. So literally you can do anything with these different style boxes that I've designed. This is the 1/64 scale salt spreader truck. So I've actually got real grains of salt in there and a little light on there, and painted it up for detailing. So that's pretty sweet there. One of my flatbeds is, an older flatbed is actually on this truck here. This is version 1 of it, but we're going to be putting on some version 2s there soon. But yeah, that's just, these are all models that I'm going to be having at shows, and so are all these ones down here. Pretty excited for that. But that's all my casting stuff for right now, that I've showed you how it's going in the test printing stage, and then how it looks on actual trucks when they're done. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hopefully this video is not too long and you guys enjoy it, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.